Welcome back, everyone, to the LilyGrace Lifestyle Podcast. I'm so excited today because my guest is Marie Ann, and she is here to talk about everything that business is and what it is not. We're going to bust all the myths and get down to the nitty gritty when it comes to business. She knows all about it, and I cannot wait to get into it. So, the first thing that I always ask my guests is what defines your lifestyle?
My lifestyle, and honestly, like, thank you for having me, Lily Grace.
Yeah.
What defines my lifestyle is just very chill, relaxed, and just go with the flow. Although I am a planner, but
Yep.
I'm also very flexible and very fluid. So I like to know things ahead of time so that I can be fluid and flexible. So that's my lifestyle.
Huh, that's so interesting, and that is so funny because I feel like I'm trying to get to that point of being more laid back and more fluid, like you were saying, but I think a lot of having to do with, like, the planning is so important, especially when it comes to running a business, like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I'd function without plans and agendas and lists.
Right.
Yeah.
What would you define your lifestyle as?
Oh, good question. No one's ever asked me before. Um,
Huh.
that's so funny. I would have to say I guess what I'm striving for is balance in my life this year. But I would define my overall lifestyle in general probably as like passion because I feel like I'm so passionate about everything I do. I'm a designer, I have this podcast, I freelance. So, all the little facets in my life I am so passionate about. But one thing that I'm truly trying to find this year is balance because I am kind of like a workaholic type. And I'm trying to find that fluidity and that like calm in my life so that I can get to a higher, happier place. Like I am happy now, of course, but it's always good to continuously work at that balance part, I
Well,
feel.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, thanks for asking. So let's talk about you. And can you tell us a little bit about your background and like how you got into what you do? And you can describe what you do too, because I'm sure they're all curious.
Sure. So I run Self-Made Babe, which is a podcast, community, and educational media platform, aka a membership for female entrepreneurs and doers. And through Self-Made Babe, I make sure that the barrier of entry is minimized by making self-education accessible to all women from all different backgrounds. Because, in my opinion, everyone is self made as long as you are achieving your version of success and you're happy with that version of success. So, the way I just got started was because I just wanted to inspire and empower women to go after their dreams because no dream is impossible in my mind. So that's why I am here with you
Yeah,
today.
no, I
Like,
love that. I love that answer. And did you go to school for business? And like, how did that happen? Like, how did you come up with Self-Made Babe?
yeah, sure. So I went to college. I started as a business major. Then I had a quarter life crisis and I was like, what am I gonna do with my life? I was at that point in time, I was like watching Grey's Anatomy religiously, and I was like, I just want to help people. I remember crying in my boyfriend's bedroom, and I was just like, I have no idea what the hell I'm gonna do with my life. I just all I know is I want to help people. And then I was like, I'll just become a doctor.
Wow.
And so then I decided to get into the pre-med track. And then 3 years in, after I have done like all the things, checked off the list for my curriculum to become a doctor, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't feel as passionate as I did when I first got started. I still respect the field, but I guess maybe it's because um what I had a pivotal moment in my life where I thought that I was gonna die because I'm a hypochondriac,
Oh
but no,
gosh.
no, 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 no. It was just me being dramatic. But with that being said, like it was a moment that helped me realize that I wasn't doing what I wanted to be doing, and so that's what kind of shifted me into a newer direction. So I like stopped the pre-med track. I left that all behind, and then I decided to start a business with my boyfriend called Self Made. And
Oh,
so we started Self Made Movement together, which was a lifestyle clothing brand focused on empowering millennials, right? He would attract the men, I would attract the women, and together we were a beautiful power team.
I love
And
it.
yeah, it was going really well for the most part, but at the same time, I was still in school. He had recently graduated and he had other things to tend to. So it was just an incompatibility of schedules and we just couldn't do it anymore. And at that same time frame, I had started Self-Made Babe, which is the same thing as self-made movement, but it was just empowering women.
Yep.
So after that, I graduated and I couldn't find a job in the corporate field for an entire year. I was applying nonstop. I heard crickets. I just, no one wanted to hire me. Like I would apply, and never heard back from anyone. So I was like, instead of just pouring all of my blood, sweat, and tears into someone else's $1 million business, why don't I just try building one on
Yeah.
my own? And then from there, I kind of just took a leap of faith and it has flourished into what Self-Made Babe is today, which I'm so happy about.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
love that story, and I love how you kinda meandered in your beginning years of school, and it was kind of a brave thing for you to say, like, "Okay, I don't wanna be a doctor. I don't wanna do this business school." It was like it all got you to where you are today, and how many years
Oh,
ago was
definitely.
that?
That was like 2 years ago
Oh,
when
wow.
I graduated and when I decided to no longer pursue the biology degree. So I like switched my majors very quickly towards the end. I was supposed to graduate on December 2018. I think it was 2018, 2019. I don't even know. It's been so long. It was 2019, I think. Um, and with a biology degree. I was supposed to graduate in December 2019 with a biology degree. And so I looked at my schedule with the time left in that summer of 2019. I was like, I do not want to take evolution. I do not want to take genetics. I
Yeah.
do not want to take any of those science classes anymore. Like, well, what can I do? So I switched my majors. And then from there, I just started to go through the business and digital marketing route again.
Wow, yeah. I was talking to a career counselor who she was on a while ago, and she was saying theory says that a lot of times people go in a circular motion throughout their career. They start out with what they love, they burn out, and then they fall back into it. And it sounds
Right.
like you did that within 2 or 3 years of the business thing. And I kind of love that because I feel like a lot of young people are like, okay, I'm going to school for this, so I have to become this no matter what. But if they're really not loving it, like it's really okay to shift and move with what you are feeling.
Right, definitely.
Yeah.
And it was kind of helpful because, you know, starting out, I did start off with the business major. So I was like, let me just like finish off with it wasn't I didn't finish off with a business major, but I was like, let me just like finish off like what I started with and just like take more courses
Yeah.
regarding business under my interdisciplinary studies major, which allowed me to study whatever I wanted. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take a sales course, I'm going to take a marketing course, and I just started to just end my bachelor's degree because I was like, I don't believe in bachelor's degree anymore unless it's for STEM education. I
Yeah.
just didn't believe in it. So I was like, if I wanted to start a business, then like, I don't think business school is going to teach me how to do it.
Right.
So,
I think that's a powerful statement too, because not to put business schools down, I'm minoring in
oh, definitely not.
business, but it's like I truly feel like running a business and going to school for business are like two different things. One is theory and the other you're applying, and it's like they don't prepare
Exactly.
you for like the sleepless nights and like the loneliness and all the emotional aspects of it. They're like, this is how you make money, but then when you start making money, it's like this is hard.
Right. Like they always say like what you need to do, but they just don't tell you how to do it. So I was like,
Exactly.
it like I'm not gonna spend $40,000 on or put myself in debt for $40,000 to wait a few more years or to have a piece of paper on my wall. Like I'd
Yeah.
rather use those $40,000 and invest them into building a business or creating a business from the ground up. So
Yeah, no, I love that. I love your philosophy on that. And I guess like your boyfriend inspired you to start the self-made part of your business, but who inspired you to create the self-made babe part of your business?
Yeah, that was easy because at the time being, you know, there were very few female communities, and so I just started to, like, enter in the space around July 2018, but I was, like, very inconsistent with it.
Mhm.
Um, I think it was July 2018 or July 2019. I get those years mixed up, but,
No
I think
worries.
it was 2019. It was that same year that I graduated, and, you know, when I was building my business with my boyfriend, which was called Self-Made Movement. It was more so a lifestyle brand. It didn't
Right.
have much of a community aspect at that time frame. So I was like, I want to create a community for women and house a place for women so that they can feel empowered and feel supported with one another so that they can feel like there's no competition in this little home or this little corner of the internet. And so that's what mainly inspired me. And I started Self Made Babe strictly as a quote account. I'll
Mhm.
just like post inspirational quotes on Instagram. And honestly, that's like one of the fastest ways to grow on Instagram.
Interesting.
So yeah, and then in 2020, I decided to be consistent with it because again, in 2019, I couldn't find jobs anywhere.
Mhm.
So like, let me just put some elbow grease into it and just start doing the damn thing so that I
Yeah.
see where this goes and actually take my vision where I want to take it.
Awesome. That is so cool. And I love how you said you started out inconsistent because I feel like it's something that does happen, but it doesn't mean that you're failing. Like, I feel like some people start and they're inconsistent and then they just give up because they're like, well, I didn't post for like 3 years, so I can't start again. But it's not true. Like, you can take a
Right.
break and you can have weird gaps between your posts, but you can still build something amazing. Go check her out on Instagram. We'll plug you at the end. But it's like, I think that's a really good point, and you're being real with us, which I love because entrepreneurship and just this whole business thing is never a straight line. It's not, we're human, so like we're gonna make mistakes and we're just gonna do things at our own pace. So I love that you kind of like said that.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, I feel like as entrepreneurs, we feel the pressure to have to succeed immediately
Right.
or yeah, just immediately because maybe we see someone else's business go viral or because
Yeah.
like that's what our friends think we should do or maybe because we want to prove people wrong for not supporting us. But
Yeah.
I think it's important to just take it day by day and that everything is a learning curve and that not everyone is going to be an overnight success. Like everyone always sees the tip of the iceberg. They just never see like the sleepless nights that goes into it. Maybe all the investments that it takes. Like
Yeah.
maybe people's burn rates are super high because they're investing it back into their business. So those are just little things that us entrepreneurs should always keep in mind.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's just such a good point. And it yeah, you're right. There's a lot of sleepless nights and there's stuff that we don't share, which we're gonna get into further.